Welcome everybody to lesson 4. This is our fourth main live class in this Power BI data visualization course. And in this course, we are training ourselves to become top professionals in using Power BI for data visualization and for data analysis. So today's lesson is going to be wonderful. And before we get into it, I want to give you another short motivation. I gave you this same yesterday, and I feel like repeating it because it is important that you do not quit. Quitters never win, and winners never quit. So don't quit. Don't quit. Sometimes you are building something, sometimes you are working on something, you are building a career, you are working on a project, building a business, and a time comes when you see yourself so tired, you see yourself so weak, and that is a defining time. That will define whether you make it or not. And this is where some people give in the towel, not knowing that very soon the breakthrough is coming. And so I'm here to tell you, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. This is for you today, and tomorrow when you watch this video, this is for you as well. And I say don't quit, because if you quit, you will not win. And if you don't quit, you will win. All right, so let's get into the course. This is myself, and this is Power BI Data Analyst Associate Certification. You are being trained to become a Power BI Data Analyst, and this particular course will give you everything you need to become a certified Power BI Data Analyst. Make sure you do all the reading on the Microsoft platform, and make sure you follow every live session and every practical thing we will do. Today's lesson is still on level 6, and we are talking about data transformations. We've covered all of this, and if you have not, please make sure you do. And this is data transformation. In our previous lesson, we completed data loading. We were able to try multiple data sources. My favorite was a MySQL database. We were able to connect to a live SQL server, and it was amazing. My second favorite was the folder we connected to, and that particular folder, any file you drop in that folder will be loaded into your reports. That is amazing. That is incredible. Today we'll try another simple one and see what we'll learn from it, and then we'll quickly move into the transformation and learn a lot about data transformation. So today's lesson is about data transformation, and we are going to learn how to clean and shape our data for insightful visualization. Clean and shape. And if you can hear me, please type that in the chat for me. Clean and shape. Clean and shape. That's what we are going to do. Clean and shape data. You can add data to it. Clean and shape data. Thank you, Naomi. Great to see you, Naomi. Great to see you, Timothy. Inkloleko, great to see you. And thank you, Abel. Great to see you, Abel. And Paul and Kirobel, Chiboke, Adalberto, and of course, Lucretia. All right, so by the end of this lesson, you will confidently connect to multiple real-world data sources. You saw that yesterday, able to clean and transform data in Power Query. So today, we will spend some time with Power Query and try new things that we have not done in previous lessons. And of course, as we move on, we will still learn more in Power Query. And after this course, you'll be very confident using Power Query, and you'll love Power Query. It will be so simple to you, so easy to you, and you can move your way around. All right. We saw yesterday that Power BI is used in the real world, and it's used in business, in retail, it's used in healthcare. It's so wonderful to see Power BI being used in hospitals and in health centers, and it helps to monitor patient data. Today, the data we are going to be transforming is going to be patient data for healthcare. And I'll be very happy for us to build a wonderful visualization out of it so that we see how Power BI is used in the health sector to monitor hospital performance metrics. That's wonderful. Staff efficiency to improve healthcare delivery. Wow. And as you understand the power of Power BI, you yourself will be so creative to apply it in your personal life, in your business, in everything you do. It can be applied in finance, in education, in logistics. And by the end of this course, I want us to get a feel of Power BI in business, in retail, in healthcare, in education. I like that. In education, in logistics, and all of that. And as we move on, we are going to create more and more complex visualizations. This particular part that we are in our course, we are focusing more on the data aspect because as professionals, we understand the importance of the data aspect. Because if you fail to pay attention to the data, then the end result or the end product will be terribly wrong. And so we understand that there is a workflow and we don't just rush into the visualization. And so yesterday we took our time to connect to multiple data sources. Those who don't truly understand the value of spending time with the data will not see the need to take time working on the data and getting the data. Today, we are going to spend time transforming the data, and those who truly understand what quality work is will understand that it is truly important you spend time transforming the data because this is where all the corrections are made. This is where all the cleaning is done. This is the part that makes the visualization truly accurate for decision making. And so it is important, even though it will take some time to get it done, even though sometimes it will feel a little boring to do, that is the most important part. And when you get in the field, you are going to realize that this is going to be the area that you will spend a lot of time. And for you, it's not going to be boring to spend time there because you understand the value of getting quality data. So just take your time, go through the data, make sure everything is okay, everything is ready. And once your data is okay, then you move to the exciting part. The transformation part is important, and we attach a lot of focus to that particular area because we understand the importance of it. All right, the importance of it. So let's use that attitude to work on that. And I have met a lot of quality people in my life, and I see these people as people who have some unique abilities. And one of the things that stand out amongst all the quality people I've seen is how they pay attention to detail, how they pay attention to details. And if you want to be excellent, if you want to stand out, if you want your work to be truly quality, pay attention to the details. And this is what we are trying to do today, to pay attention to the data, pay attention to the details. All right, so we will quickly get into our work for today. And before we start, we will go through one slide talking about why Power BI is so popular. And number one, Power BI is popular because it is user-friendly. It has a user-friendly interface. You can easily drag and drop to build your report. And it's so wonderful how you can just drag and drop and just click, and you have an amazing report. With little coding or no coding, you still see interactive visuals. That is so wonderful. It can easily integrate with Excel, work seamlessly with Excel files, cloud-based collaboration. You can easily share and collaborate in the cloud. You can connect to data sources in the cloud. You have real-time dashboards where you can see live data and live updates. And before we complete this course, we will have a feel of a real-time dashboard and see how real-time data can be visualized through Power BI. Power BI is affordable. It offers free and pro versions as well for small businesses and for businesses of all sizes. So let's move on to our data transformation. And we are going to work on a project, a simple project for the health center, the health industry. And we will pick a data set about health and we will look at it and transform the data well. And when we are done, we quickly build some visualizations for it, some report for it, and then we will move on to the next lesson. We'll pay attention to reports that have navigations. We'll create reports that you can link from one page to another and all of that. We will create amazing reports. For now, as we are in the data section, we want to spend time more on the data and create simple reports. But as we progress, we will create some fantastic reports. And by the time you are done with this course, you will be truly happy that you participated. All right. So this project is titled Patient Treatment Analysis for a Healthcare Facility. Patient Treatment Analysis for a Healthcare Facility. And all of these projects, I want you to document them. Document them, build a portfolio with them. You will need them, all right? In some of our projects, I'm going to tell you to just create a short 30-second video report of your project and publish it, okay? So after you are done, you just do a 30-second video report where you screen record your report, move through the navigations, talk about what a project is, move through the various filtering and slicing, and talk about the project, make sure it appears well, and post it, okay? You have no idea how far that can go and help you get opportunities. So we are going to do that. We are going to publish our works and we are going to, I think it's going to be great if we publish your first report, your second report, your third report, and probably your capstone project. I think it will be so nice if you do that progressively. So all the verified reports, the ones I have presented and I've approved, all those ones I want us to do that, but we'll give you the right framework, how you should do it, and then you'll go ahead and create a short video report of your Power BI project and you publish it. So this is one that you can add to your portfolio, please. And this is so important because a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 1 year from now, there has to be evidence that you've gone through this training. There has to be evidence that you did this, you went through this, you were part of this, okay? So your certificates will show, but the real work is what will speak volumes. So you need to create this as evidence that you are part of this powerful training at Rita Africa. All right, so we are going to import simple data set, and this particular data, I'm going to import it and I'm going to use text CSV, import it locally. And after that, I'll share with you for you to also import it. So the scenario says that you are an analyst at a regional health facility. Management has provided a raw data set of patients from various locations across Africa. You've been tasked to clean, standardize, and analyze this data to review trends, risks, and reporting insights. When you get in the field, these are the tasks you are going to be given. These are the works you are going to be given, and you have to know how to go about them and do works that will truly make a difference. So the first step here is to load the data. So I'm going to quickly share my screen, load the data, and I'm going to allow you to do the same. So let me quickly do that right now. And we will get into the data aspect. And before we do that, let me show you something here. All right, so this is the data sets. I believe my screen is visible. If my screen is visible, let me know in the chat. And I want us to see something. So thank you, Naomi. Let's open to this. And I'm opening to this in Excel. And I want you to see how the data looks like. So this particular data set, we have intentionally added a lot of mess to it. And your job is to clean it. See? So when you are learning about data cleaning, you need to clean messy data. So this particular data, you can see that there are two rows here used as the header and two blank lines and a lot of blank cells, a lot of them, a lot of blank cells, a lot of issues. You can see a lot of comma, 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 a lot of issues, and a whole lot of issues. So once we import it, we are going to see all the issues we have, and our job is to clean this, okay? And to learn about cleaning, you need to be given messy data for you to clean. So this is what we are going to use. So what I'm going to do now is to import it. Once I import it, I will allow you to import the same data set, and we will go ahead and clean it. Yes, today is for cleaning. So let's get ready and do that. So this is my Power BI interface. I'm going to start with a blank report, and I'm going to click on Get Data. And today, this is what we are going to use. To get data, we are going to use text CSV. Text CSV, please type that in the chat for me. Text CSV, type that in the chat for me. So we click on it, and we actually, thank you so much, open to lesson 4. That is it here. And then we click open. So it is opening. See how simple it is. And we just click on transform data, and we have it in Power BI. All right, so this is how our data set looks like. And I'm going to share with you in a minute. And let me actually go back and open it in Excel again. And over here, we can see that we have up to O. And who can tell me what O represents in terms of number? If A is 1 and B is 2. So this will tell us the number of columns. And if you check the number of rows, okay, so someone says 15. Loisa Minde, thank you so much. If you check the number of rows, you can see that, wow, this is really something. Yes. We are talking about more than 1,000 rows. So we can see that this particular data set is giving us 1,200 rows. That's cool, because with real data sets, you will be working with 10,000 rows, 100,000 rows, 200,000 rows or more. So I'm happy that we are exploring more rows as we move forward, and we will be dealing with large data sets as we move on as well. And one of the things I want to show you here is that in your Power Query usually analyzes the top. I see something here. I don't know. what it is. If you can see, tell me in the chat if you can see. And clearly we can see that there are 15 columns. And all right. So Power Query usually loads usually loads the top 1,000 rows. The top 1,000 rows. And there is something we call column profiling. Please type column profiling in the chat for me. Yes, column profiling in the chat for me. Type column profiling in the chat for me. And I'm going to be talking more about column profiling in our subsequent lessons. But what this status bar is telling you is that this column is being profiled based on the top 1,000 rows. And the column profile health, you can see over here that there is a bar here. And this bar here, it talks about the validity and the errors and the issues with the column. All right. And so you can see that it is almost full. And this tells you that you have 99% valid data in the column. So this is what we are referring to as a column profiling. So Power BI automatically does a number of things on your behalf. It will profile the column for you and tell you what is going on. And it is telling you that this column, based on the profiling, is 99% okay. There are 0 errors and there are 2 empty. So during your data cleaning, sometimes you need to check how many empty you have. And you can see a button here that tells you to remove the empty. Okay, so how did I get this? I put it right in the middle here and it generated this. Now, this is called a column profiling. And the column profiling, Power BI is telling us that it is based on how many rows in the data. Let me know in the chat if you remember how many rows the profiling is based upon. How many rows the profiling is based upon. So roughly says it is based upon the top 1,000. So you can see that out of 1,000, you have 998. All right, so this means the 99% is based upon the 1,000. And this means that if you have 10,000 rows of data, column profiling will be done on the top 1,000 alone. Power BI is used to work on large data sets, and so it understands clearly how to communicate, and it is telling you that it is based on the top 1,000. So this means that the bottom data also exists. And what this means is that you can switch column profiling to this next command here, which says, I don't know if you can see what is here. Please type what this is for me and we will move on. So let me see someone type it. Roughly says the entire data set. So you can switch to profiling based on entire data sets and it will do the profiling and then you can check again. So you can see that the profile has changed. You can see clearly that right now we have valid 99% still, but this time based upon 1,202 rows. Okay. Now, who can tell me why column profiling was done on only 1,000 or the top 1,000 rows? Who can tell me why column profiling was done only on the top 1,000 rows? Who can tell me that? Anybody? Just guess. Tell me why it was done like that. And okay, someone says to save time. Anybody? All right. And if you check every column, every column has its own profiling. Today, we are lucky to see all of these, and maybe we are not lucky. Maybe our data is not properly formatted. That's why we are not seeing the profiling well. But always you see the profiling on the bar over here. All right, so someone says, I think to save machine resources, I think I'll choose that. I choose that. Yes, it takes a lot of compute to do this. And with the current data set we are working with, we don't have much issues because we are dealing with just 1,200. But when you are dealing with very large data sets, loading the entire data set will make the transformation slow, will make the processing slow. And so to make the work faster, the computer faster, the transformations faster, Power BI only works with the top 1,000 rows. However, if you need all the rows, you can switch to what I did to load all of them. All right. So first of all, um, let's stick to this profiling. And if you want to check your profile, that is for the column, only this column, only column one, you can check profiling on entire data set. And if you are satisfied, then you can switch it back to 1,000 rows. What this means is that it is good to always work with 1,000 rows to keep your data and your system faster. However, before you complete your cleaning, you have to switch to the entire data set to check the health and to analyze the health. If you are okay, then you switch back to 1,000 to continue working so that it doesn't become slow. But it is important to check the full. But then if you think you are okay, you can just leave it that way. Okay. So now let me allow you to load this particular data set. I don't know if I made changes to what is on GitHub, so I'm going to quickly upload this to GitHub. I'm going to quickly upload this to GitHub and I'm going to quickly upload this to GitHub and we will work with that instead. All right, so let me just connect to the repo. And I have health data sets here. Let me just delete it. And I'm going to load this one. So don't download it yet. I'm deleting now. And now I'm going to upload the new one on GitHub for you. And you can use it. Voila. So let's head over to GitHub, Rate Africa GitHub, and let's go ahead and download and import. So please don't load the data from GitHub. Please don't do that. Download it, okay? Download it and import as text CSV. Text CSV. Please, if you remember text CSV, please do it that way. Don't load it from GitHub, okay? Please don't load it from GitHub because it will change some things. I don't want you to miss out. So just download it and load it through text CSV. And I want to see the very first person to complete this. So if you are first to do that, let me see in the chat. If you are first to import this health data set, let me see in the chat. And I want to know who got this first. Okay, so I can see Oluwafemi. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oluwafemi, beautiful. Abel, beautiful. Thank you. Yes. All right, so just go to github.com/Rita Africa and you will get it on your computer. github.com/Rita Africa. Just open to your browser, open to a new tab, github.com/Rita Africa. That's all. Hit enter and you will be there. Then go to Power BI datasets. In Power BI dataset, you are going to download this one here called the healthcare patient data. Click on it. Once it opens, look for the download button. Click here and you see download. Just look for download anywhere on your screen and download it. So once you download, then you go ahead and import it. So let's all get that done and we'll continue. All right, so I always want this to be a guided work so that right from the video and from the slides, you can follow along and get it done. And so I try to get it well laid out so that we can just follow the steps and do a very systematic work so that we can always go ahead and get it done. Yeah, so if you have any question, please post it in the chat and I will respond to it. All right, so now let's get into the visualization part. And to do that, we are going to start by promoting the headers. So it says that after loading the data set, the real column names appear in the first visible row, but are still treated as data, not as headers. So we are going to set the first row as the headers. We are going to set the first row as the headers. And to do that, we are going to set the first row as headers. And to do that, please follow this and go to Home. On the Home tab, you are going to see Use First Row as Headers. So please do that. And if it works, tell me done in the chat. Go to Home and click on Use First Row as Headers. This will promote the first row to become the headers of your data set. So mine is here, and we are talking about the Home tab. So on the Home tab, just look around and you select Use First Row as Headers. So you have it right here. So when you click on it, now let's look at the headers I have. I have column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. So this particular data set, we made sure it had these issues because sometimes you are going to meet data with these issues and you have to know how to do it. So the first row here, we are going to promote it to become the headers. So use first row as headers. When you click down here, you can also use headers as first row. So we are going to use first row as headers. And immediately you can see that our first row has been fixed. And this is really, really nice. This is the first thing we are going to do. And today's project or today's work is all about cleaning and issues with data, fixing issues with data. All right. Now, let's move on to the property pane here. And you can see the name of the data set. It's called healthcare patient data. And I want us to rename it. And let's call it patient health data. Just type this right here, and you can see it's at the queries pane on the far left. Patients. I don't know if this even makes it patient health data. Is that how it should sound? Patient healthcare patient data. Who can give us a better heading? I want it to sound okay. It doesn't sound okay to me. How should we name it? Someone should come up with a better name and we'll give it to our data. So this is our data, and this data is, okay, patient records. All right, that's nice. Patient records. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Any other? But I think I'm going to go with patient records. So let's call this patient records. It sounds better. All right. So let's call it patient records. And we have it here. All right. I like it. I like it. Kilbel, thank you. And Kilbel gave us some powerful visualization last time. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kilbel. All right. Okay, so let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. So the next transformation is to remove irrelevant top rows. So you can see that sometimes files include extra rows above the actual data, like headers, notes, and blank lines. And in this particular transformation, we have some unnecessary data at the top. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to go to the Home tab. We are going to move to, okay, Home first. On the Home tab, look for Remove Rows and click on Remove Top Rows. And then enter number 3 in the box and then click OK. So do that, and if you finish, just type down in the chat for me. Just do that and type down in the chat for me. So Home, top rows, remove top rows, 3, OK. So let's see it. So over here on the Home tab, we have remove rows, remove top rows, and then I can enter number 3 and click OK. And you can see what it has done in our data. All right. Now, when you come to the far right here, you are going to see something we call the applied steps. In this particular query settings pane, you can see properties where you give your query a name or your table a name. If you have multiple tables, you will give each one a name. This particular table we are calling patient records. And this here, we have the applied steps. What it means is that any change you make will be recorded or documented here. This means if you make a mistake, you can go back in history. Okay, in Photoshop, we have the history panel as well. You can go back in history. So this means that what we did here, we have gone back. So if I check, you can see that my headers or my top 3 rows are still there. Oh, all right. I can go into the future again by clicking on this, and I'm back in the future. I can see that it is fixed. All right, let me go back in history. And if I don't like this step, maybe I made a mistake. This is how to undo, because in Power Query, we don't have an undo button. This is how you undo. You go back in history to fix issues you had. If you don't like this step, you can actually delete the step, and the step will be gone. This means it's gone. I have to do it again. So I need to go back to the Home tab, go to Remove Rows and remove top rows. And let me check how many rows I should remove. 1, 2, 3. And you are not just typing 3 because they said you should type 3. You are typing 3 because the data has issues on the top 3 rows. Yes, so this is why we are doing it. And when it comes to transformation, apart from understanding where the important commands are, you are not really bound by rules. You are just supposed to ensure that your data is right for visualization. There are certain things you have to understand, because if you don't do them, it is actually going to create errors in your visualization. With time, you will get it, but as a data analyst, you just have to understand some things. For example, when it comes to gender, let's click on this drop down and see how many gender options we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? How many gender options should we have? I'm not saying they are introducing different genders. It's just male and female, but look at how the input was done. And this is how real world data looks like, because in the real world, forms are filled anyhow. People don't follow the rules when it comes to filling forms. So you, the data analyst, you have to ensure that the data is back in the correct format before. Maybe the form was filled right, maybe not, but you have to ensure that it is done right. So let's quickly continue with our work. And we are done with this, removing irrelevant rows. Next one, we are going to remove blank rows. So sometimes they are leftover rows that are blank and empty. And with this particular transformation, we call them transformations, okay? With this particular transformation, it is used to ensure a cleaner data set with no completely empty rows. Here, we are not talking about empty spaces or blank cells. We are talking about empty rows. For example, if we keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, we are going to encounter a certain row. I don't know, I can't find it. Okay, but I used to see a certain row, and that particular row was empty on several columns, but at the last column, it had something there. So with that, it's not considered as an empty row. So you need to ensure that your data has empty rows. Let's inspect the health of patient ID. And you can see that, wow, this is now correct based on 1000. No errors, no empty. So this is really good. So over here, you can inspect the health of your columns and make sure they are right. However, it is important to check and remove empty rows. So it's part of the transformations you have to do, because the data set may be large and you may not know. But then if here you are seeing that there are no empty, you can quickly check for all of them and be sure. However, this is one of the transformations we do. We call it remove blank rows. Remove blank rows. So just click on it and it will check your data and remove any blank rows. And it will document it on the history panel or the apply steps panel. And you can see whatever you do is being documented over here. All right. So if you are done with that, let's move on. The next thing to do is to fix the data types. Now, sometimes Power BI assumes the wrong data types. And so we have to be sure that our data types are right. For example, sometimes it treats numbers as text. And so you need to make sure your data types are right. Let's check and see if our data types are right. Let's look at column 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you think our data types are right? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Are they right? Okay, no. Roughly says no. So this means we have to check. All right. So patient ID, what data type do you think it should be? Patient ID, what data type do you think it should be? Okay. Alphanumeric. Okay. So patient ID is alphanumeric and text is also working. So I'm going to show you what to do. So you can right click on the column, go to change type, and you can see them here. Or you can click on this icon. You can see the ABC. Once you click on this, you see the data types over here. So over here for this, let's go ahead and choose text. It's already text. Let's leave it here. For full name, you check your data type. Full name is also text, so you leave it as text. Gender, also text, is okay. Okay, we know that our gender column has issues, but we are taking this a step at a time. For now, we are just checking data types. Now, when it comes to age, age should be whole number. So select whole number, and you can see that numbers are aligned to the right. Okay, how about admission date? What should be the data type? Admission date, what should be the data type? All right, so someone says admission date should be, okay, so admission date should be date. So click here, Naomi, and choose date. Just choose date right here. Choose date right here, and it's well formatted. Then we have discharge dates. A lot of columns. Discharge date. So click here and choose date. And diagnosis should be text. Treatment costs. What should treatment cost be? Treatment cost, what should it be? Okay, Loisom index says it should be decimal. So let's just choose decimal 1.2. It's okay. And here I'm seeing something here, which we will talk about. What do you see here? I'm seeing something here that we will talk about. Okay, so thank you. This now remind me we'll talk about it. Then city is okay. Country is okay. And email is okay. Follow-up required is okay. Patient code. Patient code should change. Patient code should change to whole number. Let's use whole number for patient code. Age group is okay. Location is also okay. So now we are done with this. So sometimes you can go through some step-by-step transformation that you actually go through for every project, because for data type, you need to make sure you get it right. If you don't get it right, it will definitely affect your report. So make sure your data type is done right. So we've gone through all of them. And as far as data types are concerned, we are done. So don't just treat one column, fixed data type, and forget and do other things. Then you go to another column, fixed data type. No, I think if you are working on data types, go through all columns, make sure all columns have the right data type, and then you move on. This way, you know that you have fixed all data type issues and you have not forgotten anything. If you check our slide said we should check age, treatment costs, admission dates, discharge date. But it forgot some of them. All right. So when it comes to changing types, you have to inspect all columns to make sure that you've done it right and you have fixed it. All right. Let's move on quickly. Now we are going to clean inconsistent text in the gender column. So the gender column, like I told you, we are supposed to have two. And right now we have so many issues. These are just data cleaning issues. So select the gender column, click on transform, format, capitalize each word. After that, replace M with male, replace F with female. So please do this for me. Select the gender column. Okay. So Naomi, I understand that clearly. Understand that clearly that your age can be a decimal, but for most projects, sometimes we make them integers or we make them whole numbers because sometimes it is hard to determine the correct decimal. And so for now, let's just stick to whole numbers and make the age whole numbers, because the data we actually have now, they are whole numbers. So let's stick to that. But you are right. You are right. In other projects, yes, in other projects, age can be treated as decimals. So let's watch out. As data professionals, we shouldn't dismiss it. You know, it sounds some way. We've always used integers and whole numbers for age, but as data professionals, please don't rule it out because you are going to encounter decimal data for age. So let's keep that in mind. All right, so please do this. Go to the transform tab. After the home tab, we have the transform tab. Then look for format and then select capitalize each word under the gender column. If you have done that, please type 3 in the chat for me. 3. If you've done that, type 3. Yes. I don't know why I said 3, but just type 3. Let me be sure you've done it. All right. So you've done it. Let's all check it. And let's go to gender. I like data cleaning. You see how important it is. So this particular work, if you were never told how important it is, you will feel like this is a lot of work, but it's very important you do it. So select this column, go to transform and look for format, capitalize each word. So you click on it and it will fix some of the issues. All right. Now we are going to replace. We are going to do replace. So right here, you can see replace values over here, or you can right click and choose replace values. The same thing here. So you can see it here on the transform replace values. When you right click, you see it here. The same thing, the same icon. Wherever you want to reach it, please do. And look for M and replace it with male. And click OK. When you are done, do the same. Replace values. Look for F and replace with female. Click OK. And it's done, but I'm seeing some funny things over here. I'm seeing that the full female, after changing the full female, the F of the full female was also changed to female. So I have female email. Female email. All right, so click on the female email, come down here and copy it. Just copy it, Control C. Then go back to gender, replace issues, paste in the female email, and over here, just put female here. So now it will go back and remove the female email back to male. Sorry, back to female. At the same time, I'm seeing male ale. Male ale. Click on it, fetch it from here, go back, right click on it, replace values, paste the male ale and replace it with male. And just click OK. And now you can see that it is fixed. Check the health of the column. You can see that the health looks good. Check the various options and you can see that I have only female and male. So if you have this, please type 4 in the chat for me. If you have this, if you can see your filters looking clean like this, type 4 in the chat. All right. So thank you very much. So just follow your data and make sure that you've done the right thing. Sometimes nobody will tell you, but you yourself, you can see that there's an issue. So you fix that issue. All right, since most of us are done with this, let's move on to standardizing country names, okay? So here we have country names, different spelling cases like Ghana typed in lowercase, Nigeria typed in toggle case, and we are going to fix all of that. And we are just going to use capitalize each word. So under country, click on the country column, look for country column, then go to transform tab, look for format again, and select capitalize each word. Again, if you are done with this, type 5 in the chat for me. If you are done with this, type 5 in the chat for me. Look for the country column, select transform, format, capitalize each word. And if you are done, type 5 in the chat for me. That is wonderful. So let me check my data and I'll do the same. I'll look for country. I'll look for country. I see country. I can see that Ghana is like this. Ghana, another Ghana like this. This is not nice. You see, if you want to do filtering, your filtering should give you solid options. But look at this. I can see Ghana, 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 Kenya, Nigeria. All right. So we just did this so that the data cleaning will make sense. Okay. So we just use Ghana as an example. Yes. So let's click on Ghana, go to, sorry, country, transform, format. So country is selected, transform tab, format, capitalize each word, and now it has fixed it. Let me check the filters here. And if you check, you can see how clean it is now. You can see that we have Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa. That's wonderful. And this is just for learning purpose. And if you don't see your country, don't worry. You'll see your country later. All right, so this is fixed. I like it so much. It looks great. It looks great. And you can see that any column that doesn't have issues, you can see that you are giving 100%. See how sensitive Power BI is. But a country with, a column with issues, you can see all the issues here. All right, let's leave it for another time. So next, we are going to fill missing values. And to fill missing values, Power BI only fills up or down if cells are empty or null. All right, so we have some values that are just missing and we just have to fill them. Please type fill in the chat for me. Fill. Please type fill in the chat for me. Thank you, Robley. And please, if you have typed fill for me, okay. Today we are going to do what is called fill down, fill up. We are going to do them. But then I want you to type something else for me. And what I want you to type for me is called now. Now, please type now in the chat for me. So fill and now. Okay. Now, as an example, I'm going to give you an instruction that will not work, but you think it should work. There's a column called diagnosis. Look for it. Go to the transform tab. Look for fill and look for down. And this should fill all the empty spaces. Try it, and if it fails, type F in the chat for me. If it works, type Y in the chat for me. But I told you it will fail, okay? It will fail. If it does, if it fails, type F in the chat. If it works, type Y in the chat, but it is going to fail. All right, so let me tell you why it is failing. Meanwhile, it is supposed to be working. All right. The reason why it is failing, again, I want you to type now in the chat for me. I want you to type now in the chat for me. Thank you, Newman. Type now in the chat for me. Now, it is failing because of now. It's failing because of now. Because Power BI only fills down or up if the cell is now. You see, we are trying to do fill up or fill down. But Power BI will not do it if the cell is not now. So Power BI will only fill down or fill up, because when it comes to filling, we have fill down and we have fill up. Power BI will only fill up or down if the cell is now. It does not overwrite existing values. All right, so this is going to bring up an issue, and you are going to say that, okay, my cells are empty because I don't see anything. All right. However, technically, in Power Query, a blank cell is not the same as a null cell. Someone should just put that in the chat for me. Blanks are not the same as nulls. Blanks are not the same as nulls. Okay. For example, yes. For example, if you come here, this is called what? What do you see here? What do you see here? Okay, you see blank. All right, so this is blank. And this blank, technically, it is not the same as a null, okay? Technically, it is not the same as a null. Let me show you what a null is. What do you see here? Okay, so someone said, I've seen a null. All right, so Power Query only does fill up and fill down on nulls because blanks will not work. It will not fill up or down on blanks. It only does it on nulls. So let's check what we are supposed to do. And we are supposed to do this on diagnosis. So let me look for my diagnosis column and let me find it. I found my diagnosis and I can see a lot of empties, a lot of blanks. We call this blanks. All right. So it is not going to work. And I wanted to point this out to you. The only time this will work is when it is now. So this is what we are going to do. Right click on diagnosis, go to replace values and leave this value to find, leave it blank, replace it with type now, type it yourself, type now and click OK. Click OK. If you do this, all the blanks will turn to now, and if it's a valid now, it will move to the right. If you're able to do this, type 6 in the chat. If you can see the nows, type 6 in the chat. All right, so you've done your nows, type 6 in the chat, and this time, do the fill down. Go back to the same process and do your fill down. If it works, type 7 in the chat. If the fill down works, type 7 in the chat. So Kiribel says my fill down works. So we do a lot of fill down and fill up in Power BI, but you have to understand that fill up and fill down only works on nulls. It doesn't work on blanks. The now in Power BI, if it is shifted to the right, it is referred to as an empty cell. Okay, a blank cell is not as empty as now. A blank cell just doesn't have data, but it has a volume. It has a place for the data. But a now means it is totally empty. Okay, Lucretia, I like that. All right, so let's check what fill down means. And let me explain this fill down. So let's pay attention to this first diabetes here. Nobody in this class will have diabetes. All right, so we are going to fill this, amen. We are going to fill this down, and you can see that it will fill from the top to down. That's what fill down means. Oh my God. All right, so I'm going to right click this and I'm going to go to fill and I'm going to choose down. And you can see that fill down means fill from the top down. We'll try another one very soon and you'll see what it means. So your city, we are going to do fill up for city. So I want you to work on city yourself and fill up. If you're able to fill up and fill all of them to get city working to 100%, then you put 8 in the chat. Do this by yourself and do fill up, not fill down. If you do fill down, you make a mistake. Fill up. If you are able to do it, please put 8 in the chat for me. Okay, John, you're on point. Roughly on point. Richard on point. Abel on point. Kerbel on point. All right. So you can see all the data transformation we are doing, and this is really practical. This is serious. Okay. Yes. So to do that, first of all, you need to change values and replace blanks with nulls. That's the first step. So if you're able to replace blanks with null, then you can go ahead and do your fill and fill up. You can see the fill up. So look at how it works. Let me go back. Watch this. I'm going to go back here and let's check this. You can see that we had Tyler Shire here in South Africa. I don't know, those in South Africa, I don't know if this is a correct city. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But when you fill up, when you fill down, okay, let me just do a quick test. In this particular cell, when you fill down, what will be here in this cell? When you fill down, what will be here in this cell too? What will be here? Okay, Lucretia says it is East Frank. Robley says East Frank. All right, and that is correct. But when you fill up, what will be here? When you fill up, what will be here? Okay, good. So Tyler Share will be here. And that means there's a difference between fill down and fill up. All right, so I'm going to do my fill up. And you can see that Tyler Share is here. And it has gone through the entire data, the entire column, and it has done all the filling for me. So now I don't have blanks anymore. You can see that my health is good. All right. So when you are ready for your visualization, would you like to check your health and make sure you have 100% throughout? When you are ready to go for visualization, would you like to use your health to check if your data is okay and ready? Wonderful. This means that in this transformation class, we have seen something that will be very helpful to let you know that your data is ready. Go through all the columns, and make sure that they are all healthy, they are all okay before you move into your visuals. Beautiful. Let's continue. Okay, so we have a few slides left and we are done. Sometimes I get overexcited, so I forget that you need a break. So I think it's time to just take a break and just assimilate what we've done. We have just a few slides left and we will be done. After that, we will create some visuals with this data, not today because of time, but in our next class, we will create some visuals of the health data because we want to see the outcome. And we are just spending time to clean it up. And I'm really enjoying it. I don't know if you're enjoying this transformation. Are you enjoying the transformation? This is really, really nice. I'm enjoying it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And yes, so this is fun and we are learning, we are having fun, we are getting experience and we are building our future. So this is really, really nice. So let's take 10 minutes break and we will continue. So I'll see you after 10 minutes. Okay, so welcome back everybody. And we are doing data transformation in Power Query. And this is an important skill to have Without this, you can never build good visualizations. You can never become a Power BI data analyst. So this is an important step. And this particular step, you can actually master it because most of them are the same in terms of the tools you'll be using, the kind of transformations you'll be doing. Most of them are the same, the kind of inspections you have to be doing. So once you master Power Query, you realize that you can fix any data cleaning issue. So this is actually one of the most important lessons in all the course we are having. So we need to pay attention, make sure we understand it well, and make sure that we are following and we are working along. All right. So the next thing to do is to remove duplicates. And this particular one, we are going to go through all columns and remove all duplicates. So to do this, we will actually select all columns. So press Control, hold down Control and press A to select all columns. Just use Control A. Then on the Home tab, go to remove rows. On the Home tab, remove rows, and then remove duplicates. If you're able to do this, please put one in the chat for me. If you're able to do this, put one in the chat. Select all columns, go to Home, remove rows, remove duplicates. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me fix mine. So right here, I'm going to press Control A to select all columns I can see. And then on the Home tab, right here, you can go to remove rows. Now you can see we have removed columns as well. So remove rows and remove duplicates. So you can see that it has fixed that automatically like magic. It went through the entire data set and it fixed that. All right, so the next thing to do is to do data splitting or column splitting. So this column splitting, we are going to do it on a particular column called full location. And this particular column includes both city and country. So I'm going to do mine first. And when I'm done, I'll let you do the same thing. But when it's time, I'm going to tell you that we will use a column called full location. And we are going to use transform, the transform tab. Then we are going to use split column. And we are going to split by delimiter. And we will use the comma delimiter. And after using the comma delimiter, we are going to split into city and we'll split into country. This is what we are going to do. I want to do mine first because I just realized, or I already know, that we already have city, we already have country. And so when we split this full location into city and country, we are going to have double columns for city and double columns for country. However, it's an important transformation to learn, and so we are going to do it. So we click on this full column, full location, the transform tab, and split column, then split by delimiter, then you split by comma delimiter. Then you click OK. And once you do, it's going to give you full location 1 and full location 2. Now, you are supposed to rename this by double clicking and type city, but we already have city. So let's call it city splits. And this particular transformation is necessary just for our learning. But we already have our city and our country. So we don't really need them, but we are doing this as a necessary transformation to help us understand how to split. So we have split full location to city and country. And you realize that we didn't create a new column and left the old one. We have actually splitted it, and it has splitted into two. With this particular city, if I check the health, I can see that there are a lot of empties or blanks. So what I'm going to do is to fill this with, now this may not be necessary because at the end of the day, we will make a decision which one to delete. But let's still do it. And after filling this, sorry, replacing this, we can fill up here. And when you fill up, you can see that the same city we have here, East Frank, Tylershire, and all of that. If you come here to our main city, we have the same cities over here. All right, we have the same cities. All right, and the country too, we have the same, and the issues we fixed earlier on, we still have them here and all of that. So what I want you to do, later when we are done, we will remove some of them. I want you to do this splitting. And if you're able to do it, please put 2 in the chat for me. Let me see who will be able to do it. Okay, Naomi says, I am done. Don't stop, don't trouble yourself, I'm done. Okay. All right, that's beautiful. So this is a necessary transformation, and later we will have to delete one of them. All right. So let's leave it for now, and let's check the next transformation. If you didn't get it and you want me to go over, let me know, and I'll do that. Okay. The next transformation is a very important one. Newman says I should go over. All right. So Newman, this is actually a splitting transformation, and you can split based upon a delimiter. So let me go back to where we had splits by delimiter and remove duplicates. All right. So we had this full location, and this full location is made up of city and country. City and country. Now I know the cities are fake cities. They are not real. I know they are not real. I know. I know because we don't have Hasselmark in Ghana. I've never heard of Hasselmark in Ghana. Maybe somewhere, but I've never heard it. So, all right. So to do that, to split, we are going to select this, go to the transform tab, and then go to split column and split by delimiter. If you look through the data, you can see that we have comma after city. So the delimiter means what we should use to separate them. And we are going to use something to separate them. And the delimiter we are going to use is called a comma. Right now, I'm seeing insert step. And this is because right now, this is where I am. And we have some steps ahead of me. So with what I'm doing now, it is going to insert it here. So if you are going to insert a new step in the middle of other steps, then you will see this and you have to click on insert. All right, so it is the same as doing this. Okay, so once I insert the step, I'm going to see this. So now you've done the splitting by just clicking OK and choosing comma as your delimiter. So comma is a separator that was used to separate them. All right, so after this, this is supposed to be city. So you can double click here and rename it as city. Now, when I hit enter, I'm going to be told that, wait a minute, you have a column named city already. So why do you want to name this city? So I decided that I'm going to call it city split. And it's asking if it should insert, and I can choose OK, but I already have it here and here. So city split, country split, I have it here. So if you do that, you have this, and all you do next is to fill in the blanks. So to fill in the blanks, you can just do it up here and fill up, just as we did before. All right. So by the time we are done with everything, the data should be ready and okay for our visualization. Right now, we can see that there are a lot of issues with it, and it's still not okay. Right now, we are going to do a powerful transformation. And Newman, I hope you are okay. We are going to do a powerful transformation. All right. Okay. So someone says, if I still have blanks after filling up. Okay. So if you still have blanks, I'm wondering how you still have blanks, but you should actually replace all the blanks with now first before you fill up. And that should work. That should work. So that should work. So later, if you realize it is still not working, you can let us know and maybe we'll check it. All right. Now, the transformation we are about to do is one of the most interesting ones. One, almost powered by AI. It is called, someone should type this in the chat for me. Type this in the chat for me. Type this in the chat for me. All right. So this is called column from example. Wow. It's so powerful. And we are going to use column from example transformation to extract patient code from patient ID. We are going to extract patient code from patient ID. Let's see how that will work. So we are going to select patient ID and we are going to follow column from example, and we are going to do that. So watch me. Now, there is a feature called column from example, and it allows you to create a new column, but the new column is going to be created from an example. Okay, watch how it works. When you go to add column, it means you're about to create a new column. So in Power Query, anytime you want to create a new column, you go to add column. You can see that over here. This time, when we go to add column, we are going to use something called what I have highlighted here. And if you have seen what I've highlighted, please type it in the chat again for me. What have I highlighted here? Just type it in full. Column from examples. Okay, good. So let's use it. It's a feature, very powerful feature. So we can click on this and you can see that you can use this feature to select from all columns or from selections. From all columns means every column will be selected. From selection means a few selected columns. So watch this. Let me demonstrate it. And you can see that there is column 1 over here waiting to be created, but it is going to be created out of an example. Let me use a different example and show you. All right. So Let me come here and I'm going to watch me. I'm going to check this. So it's going to do it based on selection. So I'm going to select age and I'm going to select age group. Now this age group, we are yet to create another one, but this already exists. Take note of it. And later on, when we create the other one, we will do something about one of them. All right. How many columns have I selected? Let me know in the chat how many columns I have selected. All right, I've selected 2 columns. Now, these 2 columns, take note of how they are and take note of what we have in them. Now, let's go back to age. And age, for the first row here, we have 15. And over here, we have child. Okay. This means the new column, if I come here and I say 15, comma, child, and I hit enter, wow, see what happened? It created a new column, it called it merged, and said 71 senior, 22 youth, 4 child, 59 adult. Let's trace it and go and check. So you can see that, first of all, the age group is adult, and the age, tell me the age. The age is 59. Thank you, Lovely. This means it created a new column out of the pattern it saw and the example I gave. So the patterns from the 2 selections, you can program it in any how you want, so long as it can find the data and automatically understand the pattern, it will create a new column for you. So I said in the first column, pick the age number. The second column, pick child, because I selected 2 columns. And then I hit enter. So it followed the same pattern or the same example and completed the column with that example. This is why we call it column from example. This can be done in a very simple way or in a very complex way based on the patterns it is able to see and the example you are able to give. If you say it should do 15 dash child, it will do that. And you need to type it right. If you make a mistake, it's not going to get it. So sometimes in Power Query, we have certain columns and multiple columns, and we actually want to create a new column, but pick certain information from other columns. If you can select them and give an example, Power Query using its AI can automatically do it for you. All right. Right now, we are actually going to extract. You see, the example we are about to work on here is different from what I tried. So let me cancel this. You've seen that it worked. You can also name this and you can give this a name like age and age group. Then, okay. And then it will create the column for you and it will document it here, inserted merge column. All right, so you saw what I did. Now, the example we are supposed to do now, you are supposed to go to add column again, column from example, use selection, and you are supposed to use a column called, watch this one now. This is called patient code, sorry, patient ID. This ID, I'm going to use only this column, and I'm going to create my new column out of that example, and I'm going to look at the first patient, and I'm going to type 1000. If I type 1000 here, it will follow the same pattern and extract all the codes for me. If you follow this one, you can see that the patient ID was PT-1003, but I was able to extract only the 1003 as a patient code. So this one, I'm going to call it patient code. Yeah, it is very smart. Patient code example. I'm naming it this way because we already have patient code somewhere. Patient code, we already have it. You see, we already have it. So I'm just calling my patient code example. So some of the transformations we just did them because of learning. Yes. So with this, I can change this to whole number. All right. So create this out of example for me, and this is an intelligent transformation. And if you understand it, it means you can create a lot of columns from examples. You can select all columns, or you can select multiple columns and just give an example and it will follow your example. So please do this. And if you're able to do it, put 3 in the chat for me. And I tried one with 2. I tried one with 2 columns, but this one you're supposed to use one column. All right. So please, if you understood it, let me know in the chat. I know Naomi didn't get it. I'll go over for Naomi. But if you did understand it, put yes, yes, yes in the chat. Okay, so Newman got it, Chibuke got it. Kiribel, of course, Kiribel, all the way from Egypt, got it. Nkuleko from Tanzania got it. Richard from Ghana got it. John in Jeroke, John from Kenya, I believe, got it. Lucretia, all the way from South Africa, currently in Europe, got it. And Robley in UK, wow. Robley, are you the one in UK or someone else in UK? Okay, all right. So this is fun. We are doing Power BI across Africa and the world. We are doing Power BI across the whole wide world. That's so wonderful. Yes. So that's wonderful. Okay, so Naomi, this is an interesting one. I understand why you didn't get it. Let me go over. This is an automated column creation. And if you want to create this, it is called column from example. And you can find it under add column. You can find it under add column. And it is called column from example. This is like an intelligent feature in Power BI. It's an intelligent feature. It doesn't wait for you to input all the data, but it generates the data based upon your pattern that you will provide as an example. So it is saying that show me a pattern and I will extract the data for you. All right. It is not going to generate, let me not use generate, but it's going to extract from already existing columns, but create it after a pattern that you will provide as an example. All right. Now, for you to do it, you need to choose the column you want to use as an example. So you want to extract your pattern, not just use as an example, but where you want to get your pattern from. So if you want to draw your pattern from all columns, fine. If you want to draw it from selected columns, fine. So let's see the tooltip. Tooltip says, use examples and the current selection to create a new column in the table. Okay. So when we say selection, it means I'm going to select a number of columns and I'm going to create a pattern. Watch this. Sometimes, watch this. In data cleaning, you want to extract, let's say, first name out of full name. I don't know if you have met that kind of data cleaning before at work, but I meet it most of the time. I have full name, but I need first name and I need last name. So I have to find a way of generating or extracting the first name out of the full name into a different cell. And in Excel, the function to use is a little complex. You can do it in Excel, but it's a little complex. In Power BI, Power Query says that don't worry, just give me an example and I'll do it for you. So for example, this email, I want to extract the website address, the domain name. Wow, that's an interesting example. So let me come here, select only email, come to this column, check this first one, make sure it is right. So this first row, I'm seeing Martin.base. So I come here and I type Martin.base. All right. So Power Query says that, okay, let me go and study the pattern. When I check this selection, I see Martin.base is after this arts. Okay. So the next one, how am I going to do it? So Naomi, I want you to tell me the next entry. I'm not going to put it there, but what do you think Power BI will? Oh, come on. I didn't ask you to do it. I was going to ask you, what do you think will be entered here in the second cell? Naomi, what do you think is going to be entered in the second cell? It has done it already. So do you understand now, Naomi? And this is an intelligent system. It's an intelligent tool. It's an intelligent feature. You have to just provide a pattern and it will learn from it. So I can call this domain name. And watch this. I've been able to add a column called domain name out of this. And let's go and check all of them. If you follow this row, you realize that the domain name is estates.org. And it is right. It got it right. But look at what I've been able to achieve in this short time. See how Power Query is wonderful. Okay, I had an issue here. Let's see why. It's because there was blank here. I like this feature. I like this feature. It's called column from example. All right, because of time, let's be quick. And please, were you able to extract your patient code? Have we done it already? Let me know if we are done with that. Okay, we are done. All right. So next, we are going to create a new age group. And this is one of the wonderful features you are going to learn in Power Query. Maybe this will be one of the things you will remember about this particular lesson. And the transformation we are about to do now is called, I'm going to select it and I want you to type it in the chat for me. Type it in the chat for me. I like it so much. It's called conditional column. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a column out of a condition or based upon a condition. So we will go to add column again, then column, conditional column, and we will name it age group, and we will add the conditional logic. We are going to say that if age is less than or greater than 18, then input child. Else, if age is less than or greater than 35, input youth. Else, if age is less than or greater than 60, input adult. And else, input senior. This is interesting. Let's see how we can do this in Power BI. I know we are all experts at this in Python. Yeah, I knew Robbie was going to talk about Python. All right, so let's see how this can be done. Under add column, we are going to create conditional column. This is really nice. So let's go to conditional column. And this column, what is the name of this conditional column? What did we say we're going to name it? Who can remember? Anybody? Anybody? Okay. Age group. Thank you, Chibuke. Chibuke is paying attention from Nigeria. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm getting an error because we already have age group. Some of these transformation, we are just doing them for the sake of learning. So let's just call it age group new. Just call it age group new. Later, we'll make a decision which one to keep and which one to delete. Now see how it's going to work. This is where you write your code or you put your logic. If it's here and we have something here, later I'll ask you what it is. If age is less than or equal to, and the first is 18, 35, 60. Okay, so less than or equal to 18. What is the output? Then what is the output? This is interesting coding. If you're less than 18, you're a child. We are not done. Click on add clause and say that if age is less than or equal to 35, what are you? If you are less than or equal to 35, what are you? Let me know in the chat. Help me out. Help me out. Help. You are youth. Okay. Add another clause. Else if age is less than or equal to, and again, you can do equals, that's not equal, is greater than or equal to, is less than, but we are interested in less than or equal to 60, then you're an adult. So those of us in this age group, you know that you're an adult. And the last one, we are not going to add another clause. Please watch this. I see something here. Who can tell me what it is? Who can? Or else you type senior. This is beautiful and I like it so much. So please create this. When you are done, click OK. And let's see. Whoa, I have a new column. That is interesting. That is interesting. Amazing. 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 This is called conditional column. So please create it for me. And if you are able to do it, I want you to put number 4 in the chat for me. If you can do it. Oh, wow, you're already done. Wow. Wow. Okay. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So you can see what Power Query can do. This is just Power Query. This is just Power Query. This is just Power Query. Wow. Wow. Just Power Query. Wow. Okay, fine. No problem. No problem. It's fantastic. Wow. I feel good. I feel so good going through all of this. I feel so good. Yes, this is so nice. I like it so much. Yes, and I'm so happy I came to class today tonight because if you had missed this one, I don't know when and where you are going to get this. Okay, you see the amount of time and effort put into the lessons, and the whole course is going to be like that. By the time you are done, you are going to really feel blessed that you've acquired a skill and a tool to use on the market right from Rita Africa. All right. So we are going to work on one of our last transformations, and then we'll just do a quick cleanup and we will be done. All right. So this transformation is called filtering and sorting data. And we are going to filter some examples. We are going to check our follow-up required, yes, no. Diagnosis, not blank. Sort by ascending, descending. So just watch what I'm going to do. And this is just sorting and filtering. And if you've been doing Excel, you understand sorting and filtering already. Now, I'm going to go to the home column and I'm going to go to the home column and I'm just going to explain certain things. Okay, so if you are working in a spreadsheet like this, sometimes you do filtering and sorting. Please type filtering and sorting in the chat for me. Type filtering and sorting in the chat for me. So the filtering and sorting here, right now, they are not really necessary. They are not transformations per se, but they are things you may need to do. And so I'm just going to talk about it, okay? So sometimes you want to filter out only the mail. So you click on this drop down here, and then you can remove the selection and select only mail. When you click OK, it will filter the data and give you only mail data. Only mail data. So if you check, you can see that instead of 1,200, now we have 599. So we use this for inspection and for analysis when we are analyzing the data itself. And anytime you apply a filter on a column, you are going to see the filter icon here. Now, I want you to check the normal drop-down icon and the filtered one. Do you see any difference? Do you see any difference? Do you see any difference? Okay. So the difference here is telling you that on the gender, there is a filter. All right. So anytime you see this, it means there is a filter on the gender. You can click on it and you can clear the filter anytime. You can clear the filter from here and you can also clear the filter by reselecting and clicking OK. You can just click here to clear the filter and you can see that it is restored. Sometimes you want to order the data in ascending order. When you click on this again, you are going to see sort ascending, sort descending. So let's say full name, you can see how the names are arranged and you want to inspect the data. You want to sort ascending. You will see that the names have been sorted in this order and this affects all the columns. All right, the data has been rearranged. You can see the sorting icon here is different from this. So you can come back here and you can clear your sorts. You can also sort descending and you can clear your sorts. So please try filtering on gender If you are male, filter male. If you are female, filter female. And then I want you to sort full name, ascending and descending, and clear the filtering, clear the sorting. And if you are done, put 5 in the chat for me. Do that and put 5 in the chat for me. Filter gender, then sort male, female. When you are done, put 5 in the chat. All right, so Lucretia has done it. Naomi has done it. Timothy has done it. Kirabel has done it. Wow, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. All right. Now, I want you to do something for me. And if you're able to do it, it means you are paying a lot of attention. I want you to create a new column by going to add column. And this new column should automatically contain all the first names of all the individuals here in this data set. All the first names. Create a column that has all the first names. Automatically, if you're able to do it, put 6 in the chat for me. All the first name, meaning on this row, we should see Ashley as one of the columns, and Kirabel has done it. Wow. Wow. That's beautiful. Probably has done it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And if you have done it, please create another one that contains the last names, the last names. And if you're able to do that, take a screenshot and let me see your first name and last name. And I will check if you've done the right thing. First name and last name. Let me see who was able to do it. And first person to post in the chat. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's true that we couldn't have added this to yesterday's class. So I'm happy we separated it. Sometimes I feel like we have a lot to learn. Okay. So if you're done with 6, let me see. First person has posted. This is so neat. This is neat. This is neat. I love it. Wow. Probably has done it. Probably has done it. Let me be sure that everyone is able to do it. Abel has done it. Thank you. Wow. 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 That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I've really enjoyed the class tonight. I have. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Chibuke, John has done it. Abel, Robley, and Kuleko. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So if you are wondering how we did it, we use column from example and selection. We selected full name. It's already selected. Then here you can give an example. So here I'm going to give Ashley. And please, if you type it wrongly, you are going to get an error. So if I say Ali, I got an error. It didn't work. It didn't work. So I'm going to type Ashley and it worked now. Then I can call this first name. Apply. And I have a new column called first name. Beautiful. Then same thing was done. So let me select full name again. And we are done. We are done. We are just, so I'm going to put last name here. It's called Moore, M-O-O, sorry. Example here, M-O-O-R-E, enter. I filled it. I'm calling this last name. Okay. And I have first name and I have last name. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. All right. So the last touches we are going to do is to handle nows in treatment costs. So I'm going to show you what we are going to do, because in our data, if we check, we have some empties here, some blanks here in domain names. This means in email, we have these blanks, and then in treatment costs, you can see that we have some issues, and you can tell from here. So these nows, we are going to do something about it. So from this particular slide, it is saying that if we don't fill the nows, we are going to get errors in aggregates like sum, like average. We are going to get inaccurate visuals. We are going to get blank fields in our KPI cards in the visualization. So let's do that. And the options we can use is to replace with 0 when no treatment cost was recorded. So this keeps a row in aggregation. You can also replace with average if you want to estimate the cost. It smooths out the gaps, and you can remove them if missing out makes the data invalid. So you can think about this and do the right thing. Sometimes you have to choose what to do. And right now, we are going to replace with 0. So over here, treatment cost was 0. For all you know, there was health care or health insurance benefits. Okay, so treatment was 0. Now someone says, why don't we remove the data because it's null? No, the fact that the person didn't pay does not mean that the health records are wrong. Please, do you understand what I just said? The fact that the person paid nothing does not mean the health records are wrong. This does not mean anywhere you see now you have to remove it. It may be important data, unless of course you are sure that the data is not needed. Okay, and so here now doesn't mean it is wrong. So let's replace values, and let's replace now with 0. Replace now with 0, and it's going to fill 0, and you can see that your column is now healed and there are no issues. So please do this and put 7 in the chat for me. If you're able to replace this with 0, put 7 in the chat for me. I'm going to move a little faster. Thank you. The next, okay, let me see what this says. It says that always treat nows intentionally. For financial values like cost or revenue, it's often best to replace nows with 0 unless you have a better estimate or reason for removing them. Okay, so think about it. If there's a reason to remove it, then you can remove it. If there's no reason to remove it, you don't have to remove it, because the fact that a person didn't pay does not mean the health record is wrong. All right, so the next transformation here is in the email. We have some blanks in email, and I'm going to ask you a question. So in email, we have some blanks, and we can inspect from here. We have 39 blanks. Do you think we should remove the blank records or rows? Should we remove the blank rows? Now, storing a patient's email address, does it affect the health records? I mean, if we don't have the person's email, does it mean the health data is not necessary? So the question is, should we clear the blanks? Okay, I'm getting a lot of no. So this is how a data analyst will think. So the fact that I don't have the email does not mean the data is wrong. Okay, so the transformation we'll be doing here is to replace this with something like no email. So please type no email. You can type it no email like this, or just type no email. I'm going to use this. So just type no email, and click OK. And it fills in the blanks. So you can see that my email column is filled now. is fine, fully healed. All right, so we have fixed this. So this is important. Now look at the expected. It says that use no email instead of leaving it blank. This improves the clarity when visualizing or grouping them or exporting the data. Wow, that's nice. It helps you to have something that you can base your metric upon. Then, should you remove all blanks in emails? And the answer here is that not necessarily. Removing rows with blank emails is not recommended by default, especially in healthcare data sets. That's nice. Remove, unless email is a required field for your analysis. All right. So this means that you have to remove only when it is a required field for analysis, and without it, it will affect your data analysis. If not, don't remove it. All right. So the reason is loss of valid data. Removing blanks may delete patients who have valid diagnosis, valid treatment costs, valid ages, and you don't have to remove it. Not email focused report. If your report is about treatment outcomes, CTs, age groups, email is irrelevant, so don't remove it. Now, only needed for comms. Email is only critical if you are building communications workflows or filtering for contactability. All right, so one of the last I'm going to do is to handle blanks in follow-up required. And this follow-up required, I'm going to replace blanks with unknown. So over here, we have a field called follow-up required. This is our last one, actually. We have a lot of blanks. We are going to replace them with unknown, and we are going to see some N and some no. Let me see the filters we have. This is messy. This is messy. So let me do it quickly, and I want you to do yours. We are wrapping up now. So what I'm going to do is to replace, first of all, replace. Okay, first thing I'll do, go to transform, formats, capitalize each word. That's the first thing I'll do. After capitalizing each word, I'm going to replace values. I'm going to replace N with no. And I'm going to replace again. I'm going to replace Y with yes. By capitalizing it, I have fixed all the lowercase issues. All right. Then I'm going to replace NOO with no. I'm going to replace NOO with no. And I'm going to replace yeses. And the yeses was created because of the Y replacement I did. Yeses with a yes. And then I'm going to replace blanks. I'm going to replace blanks with unknown. All right, so this is what you have to do. And now you can see that follow-up required is clean. And the options here are just three: yes, no, unknown. Beautiful. So please do this. And if you're able to do this, I want you to put 8 in the chat. If you're able to clean up follow-up required to this, put 8 in the chat. Most of you have done it. We are on course. Let me check the last things we have to do. And our data is more than ready. It says that using unknown is transparent. It keeps your data trustworthy and allows you to flag gaps without hiding or assuming anything. So if it's unknown, it's clear in our data as unknown. So you can see all these expert tips. They are good information for data analysts, and you need to have that. So here, the only thing we have to do now is to look at our duplicated columns and remove one of them. For example, age group, we have two of them. Probably says we should leave this one. So we are going to look for age group, the old one, this one, and delete it. So please pay attention to what I'm doing. We have multiple columns because this particular lesson, we have to try out a lot of transformations. And by doing that, we created certain columns. We are going to remove some of them to make sure we have just one column. So right click and remove, and age group is gone. Now city. Now, which one do you remove? You remove the one that is cleaner, all right? So city, watch this. City, I'm going to delete this one. Watch what I'm doing. I just deleted this one. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, I'm going to go back. All right, so for city, I'm going to leave this one, the split, and I'm going to delete the original one. So the original one is here. I'm going to delete that. Remove. Insert step. Yes, insert. It's gone. All right. Now, watch this. This country is cleaner because if you check, we are going to see the 4 countries here, very clean. But the other country I have here, it is not as clean as this one. See, this is messy. So what I'm going to do is to delete this one. Delete this one. Insert. All right. Now watch what I'm going to do next. Because city is gone, I'm going to rename this back to city. Insert step. This insert step is disturbing. Let me come here and delete this one so that it doesn't ask me every time. All right, so now it's not going to ask me again. Now watch this. I want you to drag this city and drag it to where we have country. Drag it. I want you to experience this drag. Place it in front of country. So watch this. I deleted the original one. I renamed the cleaned one that we worked on, and I dragged it here. Country, I reserved the original one that we worked on. All right. So the only thing we are doing is to remove the duplicated columns and we are done. So if you're able to do what I did, the dragging, put 9 in the chat. Domain name is not needed. I'm going to remove it. I just use it as an example. First name is not needed. Let's delete it, remove it. Last name is not needed. Let's remove it. Age group new. Okay, age group is not needed. It was just an example I made. And age group, let's just leave it. No, let's delete this because we didn't create it. We don't know whether it is clean or not. So let's delete the original one, remove. And the new one we created, let's rename it as age group. All right, because we are sure that this is clean. The original one, we don't know because we probably didn't touch it. So we don't know, but this we know is clean. All right, now patient code example, we know this is clean. The first patient code, let's delete it. And let's rename this as patient code because we are sure that it's clean. And let me check if there are other columns, and there are none. So officially, our data is clean. Check all the columns, and you can see that they are all as healthy as a brand new baby. They are fine. So the last thing to do, click on home, and the final button is this, close and apply. Close and apply. Click on close and apply. And if you do that, your Power BI is going to load. You see load. Oh my God. And you see this. And I want you to come to your patient records, click here, and you see all the columns. These are the columns of your data. These are the columns of your data. So I want you to capture this data pane and let me see all the columns showing. Let me see all the columns showing. And this is what we'll be using for the visualization. And this is a beautiful work we've done. It's worth the time. Sorry for being in class for so long, but it's worth it, please. It is worth it. It is worth the time. And I'm so proud of you. Robley has done it. Robley has done it. Yes. This time you've invested will save you a lot of years, a lot of years, a lot of years. Thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure taking you through this course. I'm super excited. This course is making me so happy. I'm so, so happy. Thank you all. Carabel has done it. Thank you. Thank you. Naomi says it's getting fun by the day. It is. It is. And we have more to experience. And thank you all for joining. This is where we sign out. Please save your work now. Save it. Please save it. Save it so that I don't lose it. We'll be working with this tomorrow. After all these transformations, we are not going to lose it. All right. So just go to File and Save As. And let's save it somewhere. Browse this computer. And let's save this as Healthcare Reports and save. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, and we will meet again. All the best. Good night, and bye-bye.